I have never done this before. I mean, is it even gonna work? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Mike with Everyday Barbecue here, and today I want to tell you a little story about my first experience with sous vide. So my wife and I were at the grocery store the other day picking up stuff for dinner, and I saw this beautiful tri-tip roast sitting there, and I thought, you know what? I want to try sous vide. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and I finally have an easy way to do it. I picked up this new Ninja. I think it's called the Possible or Impossible slow cooker, but anyway, it has multiple functions. One of them is sous vide. And before anyone says anything, no, this is not a sponsored video. This is just a video that I wanted to do. I bought this Ninja cooker with my own money, and I have fallen in love with it. I'll be honest with you. Speaking of that, there's going to be a couple more slow cooker videos using this coming out soon. Back to the sous vide. I decided that I was just going to take a shot at it, and like most things, I don't do a ton of research before because I just want to kind of try and go after it my way. But I knew with sous vide there are some food safety issues, so I did do a little bit of reading and I consulted with a couple of people. So anyway, I had a 2-pound tri-tip. Now when I cook tri-tip, I always remove that fat cap from the bottom. I like to get rid of it entirely. I also like to clean up all the silver skin top and bottom as much as I can while considering yield. I don't want to waste any meat, so I try my hardest to clean it up the best I can without losing a ton of meat. And for this cook, I wanted to use a seasoning that I really love for red meat, and this is the PS Seasonings Barbecue General. It's basically like a coarse salt, pepper, garlic, which is perfect for red meat. So once I was done trimming it, I seasoned it generously on both sides, and then I put this in a vacuum bag, and I put a few pads of butter on each side. Sealed the bag, and put it in the refrigerator overnight. I don't even know if that helps when it comes to sous vide, but I just felt like prepping it the day before, so I did. The next day, I got my Ninja cooker preheated. It's like 12 to 14 cups of, you use cold water because you don't want to overshoot the temperature. And within just a few minutes, I was at my target temperature of 130 degrees Fahrenheit. And after talking to a few people, I wasn't really sure how long I wanted to keep this roast in because I didn't want to ruin the texture and I didn't want to not have it at the right temperature. So I really haven't done this before and I needed to find my sweet spot, and I settled on 2 to 2.5 hours. And I ended up right in the middle. At 2 hours and 15 minutes, I pulled that out of the Ninja cooker, cut the bag open, and then I just patted this dry as much as possible without getting too crazy. I didn't want to remove a ton of seasoning. I just wanted to pat it dry to get a lot of that moisture off the surface because that ruins your sear. It steals energy from the sear. The best sear is going to come if you dry that off. I then got my pan super hot with avocado oil because that has a really high smoke point, and I seared this for about a minute on each side. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. When I checked my temperatures, I was only at about 127, 126, 128 degrees, so I really wasn't where I wanted to be yet, which means I should have left this in the sous vide a little bit longer. Maybe 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, something like that would have been good at 130. So I ended up having to leave this in the pan a little longer than I wanted to. As soon as I hit like 130-ish, which took another roughly minute per side, I pulled it off the heat, put it on the board, and I wanted to tent it with foil for just about a minute. Not too long, just about a minute, so that I could make sure I break through that 134 or 135 finishing temperature. So when I cut this open, and by the way, I always cut against the grain. That's what you want to do with red meat. When I cut this open, I was super happy with it. I didn't get that wall-to-wall red that I was looking for because of I didn't leave it in the sous vide machine long enough, but I was real close. And for a first try, this came out amazing. Cheers, everyone. Man, that's good. Overall, I'm super impressed, and I'm now a sous vide guy. You're going to see more of this from me. Now, I know there's a ton of sous vide people that are going to watch this, and they're going to be commenting and telling me everything I did right and wrong. So go ahead, have at it. Blast me down in the comments. Give me some praise for what I did good. Let me know what you would do different. I don't care. It makes no difference. This was my first try, and I'm pretty happy with it. Now, don't forget to consider joining the channel, like this video, comment below. I really appreciate all your support. Thanks for joining me on this maiden journey of my sous vide experience. And that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next episode.